course, the amazing producer and actual analyst. Thank you all. Take a seat, and we are going to be asking you questions.
But I think, well, if you just keep on, well, try to, you can just do your best and excel at it.
There we go. How many of these are we going to get today? Alkmini, I'm interested in that moment when your laptop died. It really pained me to hear that you should have saved. That was a little bit cruel, I think, but part of the test. How did it feel watching that back today?
Alkmini, όταν είχε σταματήσει ο υπολογιστής σου, πώς αισθάνθηκες, τι πέρασε από το μυαλό σου τότε, για εξήγησε λίγο τα αισθήματά σου.
Νομίζω ότι εκείνη
Each of you, and if you don't have a computer, a laptop to work on every day, you are at a different stage and you don't have those opportunities around the clock like everyone else. Now, I want to come to you in terms of how the meaning of success or failure, if that has changed once you had time to process your feelings of disappointment after the competition.
After the competition, well, I feel 3 months. Well, it's a time I feel very obsessed of this failure and a bit jealous, and from this time, I think that this competition brings me an opportunity to show out my ability, also maybe a chance to study abroad, because I see many things, wonderful things outside the world. And I think that maybe a master degree would be a good choice for me to fly out.
Thank you. Anna, this is a labour of love, 6 years, 7 years maybe in the making. What was it that yourself and Christina saw in this story at the beginning that made you persevere through, I know how many countless rejections, what might seem like failures when you're applying for documentary funding and pitching, but you saw it through, and here we are at the premiere, and it is, thank you for doing that, thank you for pushing so hard.
I think, we had some failures, but I think we've had lots of incredible wins, and I think at the start Christina had read an article and it was like, Australian team, best at Excel, going to America. And we were like, what? It's like, how does that even happen? So I think for us, in the same way that probably piques your interest in a program, you're like, Spreadsheet champion, what do you mean? We sort of went down the same iteration as well. We're like, oh, okay, there's this competition, and sort of, I guess competition docs have a whole kind of legacy of themselves. And then, so that kind of was what hooked us in. We found out kind of how big it was, and it's sort of, I think Dominique says it in the film, 500,000 students each year to try to qualify to get into this competition. So we were like, how is this thing so big? And it's been going for 22 to 23 years, but then also not many people know about it outside of the education sector. So that was sort of enough to get us through the first few hurdles, and we got some rejections. And then the next kind of big thing was we met our competitors, and I think as soon as you meet, and Braydon, shout out to Braydon who can't be here today because his brother's getting married, so yeah. It's not
I should have rescheduled that.
Yeah, but that's nice.
In other ways, in terms of keeping up to date with each other?
Well, to be honest, it wasn't until this trip that I met Mason and Anam personally, also the because we have each other on Insta and everything, and we can see updates, from Alkmini and Yvonne, that I see something that they are up to, I guess. But right now it's like time to connect with each other, because we all have this huge thing that pretty much connects us together.
Absolutely. And I think I heard an audible gasp in the audience when it said that you have only one chance in your whole lifetime to ever sit this exam. What is your next challenge? Have you retired from computer competitions, or are you aiming for something new?
Juan actually just competed in Word for Cameroon, so he went back again.
Do you have a next big challenge, Paix? a next big challenge?
The next big challenge is for me. I know. Okay. Thank you.
A lot of brilliant minds on the panel, but none of us know how to deal with feedback.
The next big challenge for me is to promote quality education in my country, because I saw the power of quality education. For me, it moved me from zero to hero. You see, back in the days, I never imagined myself having a passport nor seeing a plane. But thanks to education, I left my hometown to the US. I was part in an international documentary. I came again back again in the US, and now I'm in Australia. So the big challenge is to bring these opportunities back in my countries, in underdeserved communities, and give it to all those child, because there are many child around that dreams to be like me, that dreams to be like us. So that's the biggest challenge.